grasp on this situation heavily. The insurgents were blamed for everything, disrupting supply lines, stealing aid and so on. But it was really Alphaville stockpiling on a scale unseen in modern history. What tipped us off that they were planning to leave Earth is what they were stockpiling. Fuel. Specifically, dinitrogen tetroxide and hydrazine. Old school, but they're chemicals used as rocket fuel. They're easy to store, but they're highly toxic and require careful handling, which explained another gruesome discovery: the covert shipping and dumping of bodies. A lot of bodies. There were so many that some of those bodies had started washing up in our neighborhood, so toxic even scavengers stayed away. Coincidentally, it suddenly became much easier to get a multi-day work pass into Alphaville. We were so hungry and focused on other resources, we didn't make the connection. We assumed the workers were skipping on the visa. In fact, I was planning to do the exact same thing. So actually, I lucked out. I'm a small guy, and Alphaville was so strapped for labour at that point that I was given an unscreened pass and ended up in heavy labour, moving enormous containers into storage with mechanical suits. But it didn't fit them, so I was just given a scanner instead and told to scan serial numbers all day. It was very hard to breathe.
Well, oh no, I did the thing I was not supposed to do.
Not unusual at all to hang out all day in a hazy. Technically just walking outside required one those days. That's what saved me, twice. Whew. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but
that's what I say too.
Were the rocket fuel, and in no way was it being stored and transported safely. All those guys died, withered to skin and bone. Nasty stuff. Again, it was all hidden in plain sight. Hell, we were all skin and bone at that point. We just assumed everyone was starving. I only got onto one of the last ships up to Mars because I was in a hazmat suit and holding that scanner, which I think had stopped working in the first days of my assignment. I never told anyone, and no one ever asked. I guess I was confused with security or something. All I remember is being yelled at, rushed into a shuttle, and then everyone patting me on the back and calling me Scully.
Scully.
The name embedded in the biometrics of the suit. I never saw my crew or the sky again.
Get there. Yes.
From Mars. Amazing luck to be in the white suit.
Excuse me.
Just goes to show, dressing appropriately for the job can really go a long way. Speaking of dressing appropriately, here's a fact. Despite an average temperature of well below minus 80 degrees centigrade, if you step outside without a suit on, you won't freeze to death, your blood will boil. That's due to the low atmospheric pressure.
Dude, if I ever got to go to TwitchCon, no, hypothetically, if they're like, look, we're gonna start this Twitch section called Twitch Comedy, and we think you're kind of funny occasionally, not really. No, if Twitch was like, look, we have a comedy section, we're gonna bring in a bunch of comedians, and you barely made the cut. And I'll be like, wait, what? I barely made the cut? Well, thank you there, sonny boys.
I guess we'll never really be quite sure.
Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Make it. I'm gonna show my setup off. It's just a stool in front of my stove. I have a tripod thingy holding my phone, and then I got my Switch with a Bluetooth speaker. That's my gaming setup. See, look, that's my gaming setup. And then I can look over the phone. Well, I'm testing my setup. I'm almost at 5 minutes. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope that I can be a part of, whether it's a comedic circuit. No, you know what? I have to let things happen naturally. Shout out to Aquafina. I have not watched your New Year's celebration parade. The metaphorical dropping of the ball on New Year's. That's what I envisioned. The fact that you hosted the San Francisco You know, did you know, shout out to anyone who watches my videos till the end, did you know that the Chinese New Year parade in San Francisco is the biggest Chinese New Year parade outside of China? So shout out to Aquafina for hosting that, or being a part of that, or just stealing the show is really what it comes down to. And thank you for anyone who enjoys this game. I do love this game. Golf Club Wasteland, epic game. I like, because sometimes, you know, if you have to do a lot of things and you got to set the game down, I do like just setting it down, and my son and I, we rotate. He'll take a shot, I take a shot. I actually enjoy doing that. It's like, you know what, if I just left the switch in the bathroom, I'm like, look, if you came in here, you take this shot, and then like you set it down. I'm like, look, I took a shot, and I'm like, look, if all I'm trying to say is, if I went to someone's house and I didn't realize that they had this switch set up there for family members, and I wasn't technically a family member yet, I would say, look, I took a shot, I didn't mean to, but there, you can have that. No, I'm saying it like, if I was, you gotta hold on to something. That's the most valuable thing I have, I think, right? The symbol. So thank you for letting me show you, me, YouTube. They're like, every single day, he's always like thanking YouTube for letting him be here. Dang. And then we did the research. He did do radio. It was college radio, but it still made the cut. It was a radio station. You know, granted, you could be on certain parts of the campus and not really get the radio, the college radio. But look, that was back in the day when he was on the radio. Now he's on YouTube. This thing transmits all over the planet. I still can't believe that. Thank you, YouTube. Dude, I went over, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know look, sometimes I get these ideas. Look, I don't know, is it better to act on like, if I see something in my head, should I act on it or shouldn't I? Like, I've spent my life doing both. I don't know what's right or wrong. I enjoy holding myself to my own standard, is what I'm trying to say. So thank you to everyone.
Surveillance love song, an oldie but a goodie.
All right, I love you all. This is my 5-minute daily diary entry. This is number 5, I believe. Oh, but shout out to this game. I hope this game comes out on PS5 as well, so I can buy it on PS5. I don't own an Xbox, but you know what? I'm committing to wanting to buy an Xbox. Just even for someone, like, I see video games as a library. Like, game preservation is like preserving a library. So, you know, if someone's like, well, should I buy, like, because I'm like, should I buy Switch games that I don't? No, I'm just looking down the road. I'm like, I would like to have just the cartridge. You know, I don't necessarily, because you could fit 2,000 games in like a box.
Okay, on with the show.
If you just have the cartridges.
We've had a few requests for some classical music, and boy, do I.
Just for game preservation. That's a library. That's all I'm saying. Okay, thank you. I love you.
A genuine record playing off an actual